Greetings, Wolverines, and thank you for joining me. Today's show is going to be on somewhat of a serious subject. It's going to be on domestic violence. Now, I first want to say that I am not a certified counselor, and I think one should use their best judgment in moving forward in whatever circumstance or situation that you find yourself in. Seek help if you're not happy. But I'm going to come to you with a whole different perspective. Because let me share something with you. Domestic violence has an undercurrent. So when you are being emotionally, psychologically, or physically abused, there's also another aspect that's happening to you that I want to just bring to your attention. You are also being conned. You are involved in a con game. The person that is abusing you is also conning you. They are conning you into believing that you are powerless. They are conning you into believing that they hold mostly all of the authority. They are conning you, telling you things about yourself because they see that you already have a low self-esteem. Now, some situations are very, very violent, and some domestic violence goes way beyond what someone would consider normal to even happen to another human being. But what I want to let you guys know is that there is a way out. And the way out is to first recognize your value. You are a human being. You were made by the Creator, and you were made in His divinity. You are deserving of goodness. No matter what happened to you, you are deserving of being valued and being respected. Now, in regards to this con game that they're running on you, they know already that you have a very, very bad image of yourself, and they're using it as a control mechanism. They are basically facilitating and also encouraging you to feel worse about yourself than you already feel. So a great deal of people involved in domestic violence are fighting two enemies. They are fighting their internal enemy because they are telling themselves and solidifying within their own selves that they are not worthy. And then they have this external person, your partner, who is also participating in agreeing with you that you're not worthy. And I'm here to tell you that you are worthy. I'm here to tell you that you do not have to listen to anybody tell you that you are not a good, respectable, and deserving person, man or woman. There is a con game being run on anybody that is being aggressed upon, controlled, and treated as if they do not matter. I find it very, very interesting as well that in the respect of domestic violence, quite often there is a lot of infidelity going on with the person that is the controlling person. So if you are a person that has another person under complete control, then you don't have to worry about them checking on you. And that is one small aspect of a domestic violence situation. And I'm here to tell you, if you know someone or if you're involved in a domestic violence situation, the first thing that you might want to do is to start to be your own best friend. Internal dialogue. I did a show about it a little while ago. What are you telling yourself? Because if you do not become your own best friend, if you do not become your own protector, then there's going to be no way that you're going to have the fortitude, the energy or the insight to fight what is happening on the outside. So what you need to do is strengthen yourself first so that you can go ahead and make the right decisions and get out of that very negative and very destructive relationship. An abuser is someone that suffers also from a low self-esteem. However, they've developed a mechanism. They've developed a way to make themselves feel better. And you know what that is? That's going to be off your back. That's going to be abusing you, putting you down. So my point is, why don't you take some advice from their behaviors, not in regards to abusing anyone, but in regards to finding a mechanism to make yourself feel better, a positive way that you can encourage yourself to have strength, because certainly it's a weak person that needs to abuse another person in order to feel strong. But they have found a mechanism. Find yours. Find yours in peace. Find yours internally, and find a way that you can deal with your lack of self-esteem in a way that will allow you to get away from that person. I know there's a lot of situations out there where you just don't feel like you can make it on your own. Some people are afraid of being alone. But what I want you to do is get out of the frame of mind of fear, because fear will not allow you to make the correct decision and make a decision that is reasonable. And the person that is promoting and causing you this fear, they know that. You know, I hear a lot of, not a lot, but on some shows that I watch and just some other experience I've had, I've heard people say, well, if you don't do this, then I'll hurt your family. If you leave me, I'll find you wherever you are. If you do this, then I'll do that. Well, guess what? Call their bluff. Call their bluff. And I'm not saying or promoting in any way that you should risk yourself or do something rash if you feel like your circumstances are somewhat different and you need a different path. But what I'm saying to you is, it is a rich person, okay, that can find you anywhere, number one. And number two, it's not an easy thing. We see murder all the time. We see a lot of killings all the time. But it's not an easy thing to take a life. And most times that they are threatening you, they know that just the threat will make you fall in line. So here's the thing. I again want to emphasize, don't put yourself at risk if you're living with someone that's equivalent to just a complete monster. There are going to have to be some safety measures put in place. But for the people that are in relationships that are just being just psychologically, emotionally, or physically abused, and you just got into the relationship, or you've been in it for a short period of time, or you've had a feeling that you want to leave, these are the people I'm talking to. The feeling that you want to leave is an instinct that's coming from a divine source. And this instinct is interpreted in this way: I am not deserving of this. I am made in God's image. I am worthy. I mean something. I can contribute something. So these are the things that I want you to remember. You do not have to be with someone that is treating you badly, but you may have to be alone. You may have to go through some things to get to some things. But if you think about what you're going through now, it would just take a big burden off you not to have to deal with that external energy, that external person. Because, like my grandmother and a lot of my aunties always say, you can do bad by yourself. What I'm hoping is this show will give you some kind of insight to try to start to do good by yourself. A lot of times you can simply just leave and not allow this person to do what they're doing anymore to you by just building up that self-esteem, using the resources, whether that's law enforcement or lawyers or the system. And no, it's not perfect, but you've got to start somewhere to start regaining your life back and regaining control. There is so much beauty and so much joy and so much happiness waiting for you right over the fence of self-esteem. So I hope this message reaches you in a good place, and I hope it's taken in the right spirit and in the right vein. I am not an expert. I'm just a Wolverine. I hope you enjoyed my show. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.